Students, please be careful. Brightside Masks RPG contains content that is not suitable for younger audiences and might be triggering to some, including strong language, depictions of illness, graphic and disturbing imagery, death and dying, struggles with loss, and mild gore and violence. Please heed my warnings and be safe.
Y'all stroll up to Sub-Zeros, often mistaken as Sub-O's because the sign is really stupid. The place is literally frozen over. Everything is slippery as hell. It is a liability waiting to happen.
Oh!
Oh!
Ow.
Are you alright?
It's not usually this slippery and cold, but I gotta tell you, man, the sandwiches here are great. So let's go ahead and get an order real quick.
Okay. Mus'Jio just looks like he's gonna tell you something and just sort of stops. Y'all get in line. This crusty old man gets his sandwich after complaining about every single thing ever, because that's what they do. And I don't have any seats for him, so he's gonna disappear into the void. This very scaly dude looks at you and says, "Yep, welcome to Sub-Zeros. What can we get for you? Special today, as always, is cold cuts."
I'll have a cold cut, please.
Want to make that a combo?
No thanks, just a sandwich.
You got it, boss. He very quickly, uses, these really neat little, ice powers and winds to, make the cheese float into the air and the meat land perfectly on the sandwich, and it just sort of, doop, 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 stacks up perfect.
Actually, I kind of changed my mind. I want a combo, but with, a super extra large water, the biggest cup you have. Mus'Jio, what?
I do not partake in eating publicly. It is a strange concept. He seems very puzzled, but he's just sort of going along. You may have something on my behalf.
When you do eat on your own, what do you normally eat?
I do like the fruits and vegetables. He, swooshes over a salad, and, there's just salad flying around the room real quick. He's just and, puts it into a bowl, and he's like, "Alright, total is total. Enter amount here."
Hands the amount to him.
Ding! Cash register pops open, you get your food, and he's like, "Alright, have a good day, folks." And, he just sort of, goes back to maintaining his station. Mus'Jio, looks nervously, holding a salad, ah!
So, I was thinking we can go ahead and find a table and, discuss how we should start. Is that who I think it is?
Hmm? You see a very strange individual just sort of, eating a cookie and, a ice cream sandwich and, a bunch of ice cream?
Sorry to bother you, but are you, Tempest?
She looks at you and sort of giggles. Who's asking?
Me.
Oh, well, who are you?
My name's Connor, and this is my, partner, Mus'Jio.
Hello. He sort of, awkwardly waves. What is it that you need?
Well, you see, we are partners at a school project, and we're supposed to research a superhero or supervillain, and I got assigned you. I was hoping we could talk about your life, essentially. Is that okay?
She's laughing, and it's making you a little uncomfortable. The way she laughs is odd. Of course, sit down.
Okay, I'm sorry for, intruding on your meal.
Mus'Jio, awkwardly sits at the table that is way too freaking small for him, and he's just, has to scoot the chair, really far back, and is just
Sorry, I gotta take this big chug of water.
You're interesting.
I'm really...
She's, looking at Mus'Jio. Really... She's, seemingly ignoring you. He's uncomfortable by this. I am... not of this earth, yes. Fascinating. What are your origins? This project is not about me.
So yeah, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? What do you do exactly?
You're from Novali. Mus'Jio takes a step back, and he looks freaked the fuck out for a moment, cause nobody knows that.
Tempest, where are you from, actually? Like I said, I have a project to do, and I have you as the character to...
Oh, where am I from? I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, would you consider yourself a hero villain.
Oh, some days I feel like being a bit naughty, yes, but I can't turn a blind eye to someone in need.
Can you describe what you mean by using, like, Connor raises his hands, use air quotes, naughty?
Sometimes you have to break the law to do what's right. Well, at least in your mind. Your laws are silly, and they don't make much sense, and they tend to get a lot of people hurt. I don't necessarily agree with them.
Oh, that really answers my...
Who's to say I can't be a villain one day and a hero another? I think it's silly. Labels are silly.
Let me drink my water for a second.
She continues to pester Mus'Jio. So, Navalian. Haven't seen... very many of you in a very long time. Thought you went extinct. We did.
What is Tempest talking about?
How do you know? How do you know, Novali? If a magician gave away all of her secrets, there wouldn't be any magic, would there? Mus'Jio takes a seat back. He looks bad. He's just gonna cross his arms like he looks bad.
So you said you were a magician. Okay, what kind of magic do you do?
Oh, magic's funny. It also has labels. Some is dark, some is light. Some is sorcery, some is witchcraft. I say it's all the same thing.
Would you...
I'm kind of the jack of all trades. I'm kind of, just whatever I want to be. Whatever magic suits the moment. You notice she starts levitating out of her seat.
Tempest, why are you levitating?
Like I said, I can do as I choose. Labels do not define me. If I want to float above my chair, and if I want to snatch your salad, since I know you cannot eat it, I can do that. I can do whatever I please. With this much power, it's very hard to contain me.
You know, maybe we should go. This is getting weird.
Mus'Jio takes a step and stands up and puts his hands on the table, and he just sort of narrows his eyes and says, I do not know how you know, but I do know one thing. Continue on your path. You will not like the outcome. And he grabs your hand. He grabs your hand, and he walks out. You can hear her kind of laughing.
Nice.
Now there's like salad floating around. There's ice cream floating around. She's sort of just floating around this table like, visit my classroom anytime. Classroom. She's a teacher at your school. You guys show up. Courtyard's kind of cool. It's like in the dead center of a like big hallway, like a big commons area, and it has glass, and it's just like an outside area that's inside. It's really neat. So Miranda's leading the way, and she's like, you're gonna see exactly why I come out here to study. It is just atmospheric! And she spins around and shows you.
Yeah, I've never been here before. It looks quite nice.
Yeah, it's like the most peaceful place I could find in this academy.
It's an interesting school indeed. So anyway, I guess we have to try and find out stuff about... Looks at notes. I guess I'm looking for info on Tsunami. I've kind of run into Tsunami.
You have?
I walked by. There was a bad instance that kind of... when we had our last mission with the group, and I don't think their daughter Lofi likes me very much. Yeah, it was kind of a sad and tragic thing. We kind of had to destroy something in order to kind of like save the day kind of thing, and I heard afterwards that it didn't really like do too much bad because they got like new readings off of it and they could find, I think is what they mentioned, you know, what they needed, but still it kind of left me on kind of eggshells with Amari and Lofi, and I don't really know what Tsunami thinks of me, and I kind of don't want to really cross that bridge. So how about you? Do you have anything on your hero or villain?
I've promise. I've never heard of them, and that's kind of weird because like I'm kind of a, I don't want to admit it, but like I am kind of a nerd. I don't know, hero stuff's just really interesting, and if I want to know how to do it right, I kind of have to look at the role models.
Yeah, I feel like you and Oliver would be really good friends. He's also into that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's really a nerd. Spends most of his time, from what I've seen, just has his head in his book and just keeps writing. And
Yeah, I noticed that. Isn't he like the kid that took notes on like introductions in class day?
Yeah, it was really weird.
I probably would have done it if I didn't think I was gonna look weird, but then when I saw him doing it, I was like, oh man, I could have done that and it would have been weird. And like, I don't know. Anyways,
That's a good point.
so I actually kind of know a lot about Tsunami. She's kind of a big role model, honestly, for me, just because, like, we have similar origins. She was, like, born with this ability to control and summon water elements, which is, like, not at all like me, but I'll get to the part where it's, like, kind of like me. I don't know, I'm sorry, I don't want to make this about myself, but anyways, Tsunami, she's, like, she's, like, awkwardly trying her best here. She's like a part of the archipelago, which is one of the big groups, one of the big hero teams of our city. Especially here in the Bay, they're really well known. They have their hideout right across from Reef. I don't know if I mean, when you were there, if you saw, but like there's an island right across the way where their hideout is, and I think that's really cool that you can just kind of see it there and know that they're always out there gonna protect us. And she went to she went to that floating island school. There's like a big school in Halcyon. It's called Phoenix. That's where she went to school, and she had like a whole team, and like they graduated together, and like that's kind of where the archipelago came from. And she like sponsors Reef, and like she's a big organizer of Reef. Obviously, I mean, she has water powers and stuff. She's discovered things for Reef that nobody else could imagine. Like, she's an amazing patron to her organization, and I just aspire to be like that in every way I can. I feel like I'm not very much help to my organization yet, but someday, I will be just like her. I'll do so many good things in her name, but she has...
I believe in you. I think you can do it.
You really think so? She twiddles with the feather in her ear.
Dude.
I sure hope so.
That's a weird question, because I haven't been able to talk to you too much before.
Yeah?
Like, do you have powers?
Oh!
What are your specialties?
She sort of stands up, and she picks up the bench with you on it, and lifts it up!
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got super strength.
And
then she like sets you down gently and like sits back down and kicks her feet, and she's just like, yeah, it's kind of all I've got going for me. I mean, it was like genetic experimentation stuff. Like, I didn't get it naturally, and that's kind of why I only have like one thing. Like, the thing with like people who are born with superpowers, they tend to have like more than one, and I'm like really jealous of that because their experimentations haven't gone far enough to try 2 powers at once. And so I'm just I've got the one I have, and I'm really, really, really grateful. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm gonna be a superhero, and that's awesome. But like,
yeah. I mean, I wasn't born with my powers either. Just like whispers, like quietly, kind of.
Oh.
But,
really?
So I can kind of, yeah, it was kind of a painful process and something that I didn't really sign up for. But I can definitely relate to you on that kind of thing. Though I kind of feel like I don't know. I feel like your powers let you be a little bit more normal.
Yeah, that is a perk, I guess.
I kind of feel like I tend to like hide my face, my skin, because it just I don't know. I don't feel too great about it. But I am happy that I'm able to do some good with the powers I do have, and they are pretty cool, I think. So that's fun.
So what?
I think you'll make a good hero.
Yeah, I think, I think you have it in you too. What exactly are your powers, anyways? She blinks innocently.
Sam also lifts up the bench and sets it down.
She just looks so awestruck. We have the same power?
But wait, there's more.
Oh. Wait, what?
He's like, well, to show you the other two, it'd be kind of weird to show you the other two, because like I feel like they would
Other two?
My other powers that I have, which I end up using, are I can manipulate and change people's memories, and I can suck out their life force. But I can use it to heal people, which is also fun. I think. I haven't tried it.
She looks so awestruck. You know what this means, right? You didn't have your powers, and they were given to you, and you have more than one. That means that I could have more than one power. Like, it's not impossible. Have you talked to Root? Have you talked to Aegis?
No, I don't think. I have a funny feeling that they wouldn't be too keen on me being.
Why? You're just like a living, breathing example of everything they.
Parasite.
What? Parasite?
Nothing. Yeah. Well, sometimes good things come at a cost, and I worry that though I have this great power, there's also a potential that I worry that if people were to get inside my head or try and dissect me even respectfully, I feel like there would definitely be unintended consequences, and it's kind of maybe the world would be left in ruin kind of thing. If you'd go with me, I think I'd be willing to talk to them, at least see what they think.
Yeah. My organization is like Rue is mostly based around like genetics and superpowers and how it works and how it's like not totally random, and they're like trying to crack the code of superpowers, and I feel like you're a big missing key that I think would help them so much, and maybe it would help you too. Maybe, who knows, maybe they know like more about how you can handle your powers and stuff, because they help heroes all the time and villains.
Do you think maybe they somewhere down the line be able to help reverse what may have happened to me? I mean, it's not that it's I mean, yeah. I don't know.
Sorry if that's a touchy subject, but they have, removed powers from people before, especially villains. It's part of their controversialness, but like, I mean, it's consensual always, and yeah, there's a lot to my organization, but yeah, I think they would help you. Like, genuinely, I think they would help you so much. You probably have to make an appointment. They're pretty busy. They're pretty backed up right now. There's like so much going on.
All right. Well,
I mean, I could put one in for you.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Is there a number I can phone with them?
I'll talk to them, and I can just get back to you in class and let you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
She's beaming. She's so proud right now. As you guys are like lifting benches and talking about things, this person comes into the courtyard. And she sort of looks like she's like taking a break. She's got her lunch with her. She's sitting down, and you recognize her. She's Miss Mallory. She's the teacher from across the hall from Miss Hoshia's class.
The one that Sylvia got in trouble with.
Yeah. Well, I guess we gotta do our assignment. I don't even know where to start. It's like, Halcyon's so full of these heroes and villains, and sometimes they're forgotten for a reason, and it feels, I don't know. If I don't know about them, then like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't. But I can't get another bad grade! She's freaking out suddenly. She's like clutching a book like, oh god! I'm so conflicted!
You won't get
Morals or grades? Morals or grades? Why am I put in these situations? This is supposed to be educational, and I'm learning nothing.
We could always ask our teacher, more about, because clearly she assigned, the person, so she must know at least a little bit about it. Maybe someone else would know who Promise is, or maybe we can find it online.
I heard you right. You're doing a project on Promise? Yeah, I've never heard of them before, though. Is that bad? She sort of shrinks back. Oh, no, it's a tragedy, so, I mean, not many people want to talk about it. But she was a hero. She was a hero like no other, with an incredible gift.
Did you know her?
Oh, she looks like there's an expression you cannot possibly put words to on her face. And she sort of like nods. I knew her. She had a power that so many people were afraid of. It was rare. She could warp reality to her words. She could make pretty much anything she said to be true. That's the phrase promise. She was fast on her feet. She was Halcyon's greatest first responder in her days, and she would often use her powers to heal. She was just an embodiment of good, and that was just robbed from all of us so quickly. To tell you the truth, I was there and I don't even know what happened. I can't tell you what happened, I just don't know. Miranda is taking notes and just is furiously getting closer and closer to this woman, just like enamored. You mean you don't remember? You don't know? And you were there? Yes.
Sam quietly speaks up. One of my powers is I've spent some time practicing on kittens, but I have the power to help people remember stuff by scanning through their memories and potentially altering them. If you need help remembering, I can maybe do that. If you're okay with
I would give anything. She was my wife. All right, Sam, pressure's on. Let's go, buddy.
Okay.
Let's go, Sam.
Let's go.
Unleash your power, Sam.
Right on the cusp.
This is getting a little nuts. Okay. So, you can either mark a condition, or I'll tell you how it's unstable or temporary.
So I'm gonna mark a condition.
I think the way we're gonna do this is that you're gonna kind of live the memory too. And that's why you suffer a condition. You sort of sift through this, almost like this feeling of fogginess until you get it to focus, almost like a camera lens focusing on something near rather than far. And once you finally get everything to focus into view, it's almost like the events are going in slow motion and you can walk around freely in real time. You're sort of looking around a desolated Halcyon city. There's just rubble. There's screams, there's fire crackling, there's just utter chaos. Something is going on. You see 3 heroes standing side by side. You see the teacher in front of you, Miss Mallory, in her full Oriole outfit. You see Golden Light, and then you see another woman who you don't recognize, and you assume that's Promise. They're all staring up at the sky with just horror on their expressions. And when you look up to the sky, there is a barrier between you and something beyond it. Someone beyond it. And no matter how much you struggle to see beyond it, you just can't. Everything suddenly goes into real time. Everything's happening really fast. You see Oriole grab onto Promise, and you see everybody in desperation asking each other what they should do. You get very fast images of a fight taking place, but you just cannot see who. Who are you fighting? You're getting frustrated. You've never done this before, so you're not, it's not uncommon, I suppose, for you to not be able to get every single detail, but this is the detail you need and you can't get it. It's almost like there's something there preventing you from getting to it, actively preventing you from getting to it. And yeah, in an instance, you see Promise plummet from the sky. She was taken somewhere very, very high and just dropped. It looks like an accident. Yeah, you probably turn it off once you watch Oriole rush over to see her partner. in complete ruin. And as the memories fade, you can't get this ringing out of your head. This, like, awful, awful ringing. And everything slowly comes back, and, you both awaken with a gasp! Oriole is just sort of, like, freaked out. I don't know what to say. She sort of holds her head, like she definitely has a headache of some sort. Who are you?
Sam is like trying to like collect himself because it's like, you know, unintentionally he hasn't noticed until he's come back like into like, you know, as he's coming back into reality that like there are tears like down the side of his face, heavily impacted by it, and still trying to like get back into like the real world and like what's like surrounding him kind of thing. Slightly distracted, slightly disoriented, just sort of like I'm Sam. I'm from class F. I'm so sorry.
I've never been able to even think about the event. You filled a void that I don't know how to thank you.
Don't worry about it too much. It was I'm glad it could help. Plus, I mean, like it's like, you know, try to bring things back in. We ended up being able to help Miranda with her project, and so clearly there's some benefit here. We're all good.
Guess what? She's gonna give you influence. You have influence over a hero! Congrats, Sam!
Bam! I
can... She's most utterly impressed with you. And she sort of faces you and says, You have such a gift. If you are ever in trouble, please allow me to repay the favor in any way I can. I must excuse myself, I have to talk to my agents. And she goes off. Miranda's sitting in the corner, very uncomfortable, with her knees to her chest, like, what just happened?
Well, good news for you. I now have a good deal of, I think, enough info that'll help you get a really good grade on...
Are you okay, though? I mean...
Your project. And I just, like, relay what I just saw to Miranda.
She looks horror-stricken as she's writing these details down. Just... It's like... It's so hard to believe, like we're not invincible, you know? Like, this is like a reminder that we're not, and that's scary. Like, it happens all the time, and like, I guess I didn't really think about it that much, because like, I don't know. I don't want to.
Sam just says under his breath, I think. Quiet enough that maybe she didn't hear it.
You know what? I'm gonna roll comfort and support, and we'll see if she heard it or not. Because if she does, she's gonna comfort you. Nice!
Okay.
Yeah, she definitely heard that, and she sort of like, she reaches over and like, she like sort of pats like your hand that's also resting on the bench, and she just like nods to herself. Hey, like, I know like, your powers are intense and, you know, people are quick to judge, but you're not alone. I mean, a lot of us are freaks, and yeah, I'm scared that people are gonna come after me just because of who I am, and there's all sorts of people who don't believe in superpowers and superhumans, but hey, that just means we have to show them, right? Just prove them wrong.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just like, hug her.
Oh, you guys are so wholesome, like, this is so freaking... Oh my god, why is everything so deep with Sam? The room's cleared out, it's a little bit past your events of the day, and Nuby's still there intently studying, as the brain do. And the room's pretty quiet, pretty stuffy.
Wonderful.
Septus is still at the desk, flipping through files, sighing occasionally.
So I'm just like kind of like awkwardly like looking at the people real quick. I'm just kind of like looking left and looking right, and I'm just like just staring around like, oh, okay, like no one else is here. I'm like very obviously sneaking, but it's just like him being nervous. Just okay, all right. Yay.
And while he's doing that, Nuby does look up a little bit, having that sense that someone is watching him, but isn't really too bothered by it.
And he just kind of like starts tiptoeing forward, like, "Hi, hi, Nuby, you, sir, hi."
He puts his book down, puts his bookmark and closes it, and saying, "What do you need, Toby?"
Hi. We'll just get right to the point.
I mean, it depends.
Okay. Look, so you know, so I'm not here to rag on you about Reef or nothing. Like, I get it's cool, and like whatever explanation you have is whatever. I kind of need your help because in the middle of everything, we were fighting supervillains and stuff. And one of them happened to point out that they knew exactly where we were because they were tracking us on equipment that someone might have been wearing.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if you could take a look at said equipment for this friend of mine who could really use it. You know?
So, you want me to go ahead and check the coordinates of the flare?
Yes. Just make sure it's not like infected or something, or that anyone could. Look, okay, Kill Switch was literally just like, hey, I knew you guys were here just by like technology, and now I'm freaked out as hell because if a random supervillain knows where I am, it's like a bad thing, you know?
Okay. Well, what exactly is in it for me?
I don't know. Food?
Okay.
A friend?
Wow. That's pretty
No.
harsh.
Okay, whoa. Okay, I'm sorry. Look, I'll owe you one. I don't exactly know if I have anything that could. I mean, you were sneaking off to like go look at technology and shit. Like, what if I happen to, by means you're not questioning, of course, get you something you could toy with, like maybe like a fancy piece of technology or something.
That does sounds like some sort of interest. All right. Depending on how valuable whatever this technology that you may or may not can get.
Oh, it'll be. Are you in the market for anything specifically you can disassemble?
Well, considering this is about certain tracking and making sure that no one figures out where your coordinates are, I would say possibly a secret weapon that I can play with.
Ooh. Yeah, I know I can get one of those. All right, but this is for the good of the team and stuff, you know, just to make sure that no one's on your devices or anything. Anyway,
All
but yeah, I
right,
can get one.
fine. You got yourself a deal.
Cool. And he just he takes off the flare from his arm and just kind of like puts it down, like fix.
I think I'm just gonna say unleash your powers, which is a plus freak.
Okie dokie. Ah, that's a miss.
Ooh. You look at your own piece of tech, and you know this better than anyone. Like, you know your creations. You take so much pride in them. There's so many little details. I mean, there's literally a little tiny microchip that says, like, your full name on it with, like, a little tiny emoticon of you, like, doing a little, like, little face. Like, this is yours, and you know it inside and out. And you check through that stuff, and you're like, nope, nothing's wrong. Like, it wasn't, like, you were convinced that it wasn't the tech, like, this piece of tech specifically that was breached. Because this is a miss, I'm gonna inform you, it was! You missed it!
Yay.
Yikes.
But as far as you're
Dang.
concerned, yep,
Unlucky
as far as
roll.
you're concerned, you're like, nope, this is just checks out A-okay, like, this wasn't the problem.
Do you? So is it good? Is there anything like wrong, or like some chip, or like can you track like some signal back that they hacked into or something?
Looking at everything that I have so far, everything seems to be checking out. I don't really see anything that's wrong with it. Are you sure it's a core? Are you sure that this is any other tech that you haven't really worn during our trip there?
Fear kind of grips his one eye and he looks at the table. He's like, no. There's nothing. It's not the flare, right?
Doesn't seem to be. Maybe someone actually placed a microchip in you. I don't know. putting fear in people. Okay, I'm sorry.
Toby Mark's afraid. I'm kidding.
You would too, because now he's just thinking like, oh my god, what if it's like me? What if it's like my powers or something? What if they literally just got like? What if they lied? Wait, what if no? But how did they know if they lied? I mean, like he lies for like a living though. But like, what if? And he's just like literally mumbling to himself, just like, like no, I mean, like I don't.
While you're busy figuring whatever that is out.
Oh, yes, thank you very much. I guess I'll have to. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll still owe you. Does it have to be a weapon?
Dude, you've seen my face. Looks means nothing to me.
Valid. I got you. Okay. He despondently just like gets up and just walks away. Just.
Wow, Nuby, you just conned yourself a nice ass weapon and you fucking failed him.
And I just love like installing the fear, just like maybe they chipped you. Who knows? Without you knowing.
Oh my god!
Well, Mari's getting between those two instantly.
That's what we have to do. We have to fix it. Now we can all be friends again, right, Amari?
Mari just gets in Sam's face.
It's me as attorney versus you and Toby. The Oracle just sort of looks back and forth. He takes a step back and he realizes who you are.